Good night, everyone. Hi, Miss Mari. You're still up, man. I appreciate you guys coming. Be right back, guys. Hold on. Sue, come back. Sue, come back. Sue, come back. Hi, Simple Things. Thank you for coming. How is everyone doing? Guys, as if you're coming in and you meet up in traffic, I'm asking you guys please to watch the ads. Thank you. And you can also give me a thumbs up and you can share me out and invite others over as well. Okay, thank you. Is it okay now, Simple Things? Alrighty. Mhm. All right, so again, good night, everyone, and thank you all for taking the time out to attend my live. So as you all can see, okay, oh, after 18 years, okay, Simple Things. So I hope you will stay with us a bit. So because we'll be discussing reason why after so long persons make up their mind to leave their marriage. So, yeah, again, thank you all for coming. So, as you guys can see, the topic, um, we'll be discussing, could you get divorced after 20 years or more, or even less than that? If you get divorced after 20 years or more. So, I also want you guys to interact with me. First, we'll be defining what marriage is or what is marriage to. How do you guys view marriage? What is it to you? So I want you guys to tell me what is marriage to you, and then I'm going to tell you guys what is marriage to me. Anyone want to comment and tell me? Anybody, somebody? Anybody, somebody? Tell me what marriage is, please. All right, guys. So marriage is a legal or formally recognized union of two persons, a male or female. Right, it is a very sacred commitment. Thank you for that. Why you retract your message, miss? Yes, it's a legal commitment between two consenting adults, right? Thank you, Shaimak, for coming. I hope you gave me a thumbs up and you watched the ads while coming in. Yes, so yeah, it's a legal or formal union between two persons. Yes. All right. So how do we view marriage then? Is it just a physical union between two persons? Yes, type it back. Is it just a physical union between two persons? Hello? All right, guys. So it is not just a physical union, it is also spiritual and an emotional union. And when we speak about spiritual, the fact that the Bible tells us how God feels about marriage, then we see that it is not only a physical union. So it's also physical, emotional, and spiritual union. Anybody agree with me? Okay. Um, Next thing, why do you think persons get married? Or why should persons get married? Guys, where are you? Hello. All right. From my point of view, uh, I always tend to think of the spiritual side first. Um, whenever giving my input on certain things. So, based on Bible principles, I've learned and I've come to realize that Jehovah God views marriage as a very sacred commitment, as persons in the comment section earlier shared. So he tells us that whenever we find persons that we see we're compatible with, we love each other, and we commit ourselves to them, we can get married. Anyone agreeing with me? Yes. hmm So it's not. It shouldn't be just one-sided. It shouldn't just be one-sided. It's both persons coming together and making that agreement that yes, we are ready to commit ourselves to each other. Yes, Shimak, thank you so much. Yes, so that's that. So we get married when we meet someone, we are dating for a period of time, and we realize that yes, we love each other, we see each other for the rest of our lives, and yeah, we are compatible, so we want to do it the right way, trying to come out or not to commit fornication. Yeah. So we get married and commit ourselves to each other. All right. The next thing is, I think before getting married, also persons should, no problem, simple things. We were we were defining what marriage, what do we um uh, what marriage is to us. Then we were talking about that, and then we spoke about why persons get married or why should we get married. So those are what we spoke about so far, simple things. So the next thing I want to speak about, what I was I saying now? Yeah, before getting married, I think persons should get post good night vibe with Marian Coleman. Thank you for coming. As you come in, I want you to give me a share up, thumbs up, and you can also share me out so that others can join. So before getting married, I think persons should get counseling. It doesn't matter. For me, I don't. Some persons might say, okay, we live together for a period of time, so we don't need to get counseling before marriage. But for me, I think it is very important. Anyone on here shares the same sentiment? Because truth in fact, you can live with a person for years, and I mean, they don't really know the role of a wife or they don't know the role of a husband. So you can just say, okay, we live together for a certain time. So we know each other, we know everything about each other. And truth in fact, when persons get married, um, most times or majority of the time, that's the time you start seeing the other side of the person. And maybe you're like, but me will live with such and such for years and I'm just seeing this side of that person. So it is very important to get counseling. That's how I feel. Anyone feel the same way? You all can tell me if you disagree with me, so to each man is his own. So we're having a discussion so we can share our views and exchange how we feel. And also how God considers marriage. Alright, so God considers a marriage to be an agreement between a husband and a wife, as well as a commitment between the couple and Him. Okay, let me reach to the comment section. All right, so Krista Murray says here. Nikisha Murray says good night. Crystal says yes. Island boy Alex says wagwan, what a guan. I'm good, Alex. Shimak said turn your camera. Okay, I did that already. Ah! All right, let me go down some more. So, alrighty. All right, so we had chosen not to get counseling because I got pregnant while engaged. Okay. But you could have still gotten counseling, simple things. So sorry, so already or not, we were just gonna go ahead and get married anyhow. Okay, but I think you could have still gotten your counseling. All right, so we're talking about how God considers marriage. So the Bible tells us, thank you for coming, Jabba. So the Bible tells us that it's not only a commitment between the male and the female or vice versa, two males or whatever. So, but it's also a commitment between the two and him. So whatever we are doing, we shouldn't leave him out. He should be the head, right? So he expects us to dedicate ourselves to the relationship and recognize our responsibilities, duties, and loyalties both to our spouse and to him. So here again, we're talking about counseling, right? So, okay, Jabba, thank you for coming. Jabba said, okay, blessings to each and everyone in the house, and I pray the good Lord keep everyone safe. Thank you so much, Jabba, because there's so much happening around us. And here we are, alive. Not going to say everyone is well, but the fact that we're alive, I guess I can say we're well, right? Yeah. So going back, as we're speaking about counseling, here he tells us that he expects us to dedicate ourselves to the relationship and recognizing our responsibilities. Most times persons get married, guys. Some are, I might say, for instance, I get married. I might know my responsibilities, but my spouse don't know. Vice versa, my spouse might know the responsibilities, but I don't know. So these are some things that might come out during counseling. So that is why counseling is very important to me, and I think it is. Also, I have a little thing here, guys, based on what I want to cover. All right, guys. So um, I want you guys to interact with me and share with me three things that we think is most important in a marriage. Just three. I want you guys to share three things with me that is most important within a marriage. Yes, communication is one. Shade, thank you for coming, Mama. Anyone else want to share with me? It was short notice and you still took the time out to come. So, yeah, I really appreciate it. All right, so I guess some persons are thinking about their answers. So while you all are thinking, all right, it says marriages take work, commitment, and love, but they also need respect to be truly happy and successful. Okay, Ramshai, trust, security, commitment. Yeah. Um, the part that says respect, I think that is also very important because it plays a vital role in in the relationship or within the marriage. So if we don't respect each other, that is going to be a problem because we truly and honestly can say we love someone, but we don't respect them. Who agree with me? Yeah, it is. All right. So a marriage based on love and respect doesn't just happen, right? So you can expect me to respect you and you don't give me or show me respect in return. So if I respect you, I expect you to show me some respect too. So it goes both ways, right? So next thing, what makes a strong marriage? What makes a marriage strong, guys? So there are many factors that contribute to a satisfying marriage. Some of them we'll be discussing and we have started is love, commitment. Persons have been typing in them, yeah, and I see them coming out in my notes that I have. So love, commitment, trust, time and attention, good communication. And when we say good communication, we don't mean say me I talk to you, talk to you, talk to you, and me one just want a talk. It also includes listening. So good communication also includes listening. Partnership is one. Tolerance, guys. So we have to learn to tolerate each other. Patience, which is, they said what patience is virtue. Is that so? Tell me if I'm correct. So yeah, patience, openness. So some persons might just they keep hiding stuff and um something might happen and you might say, okay, so how come Joe never tell me this or whatever and stuff. Yes, you have to be able to compromise, Ramshai. I think I have that in my notes as well. Honesty, respect, sharing, consideration, generosity, willingness, or the ability to compromise. As you said, Ramsha, you have to compromise, right? You have to pos- possess that quality. Constructive management of disagreements or arguments, willingness to forgive and apologize. So, constructive management of disagreements or arguments. That is very vital, guys, because truth and in fact, both persons within the marriage, they are two imperfect beings, right? We are both imperfect, so we're going to fall short. So nothing is going to run smoothly. The marriage won't be running smoothly, as some person might think. Okay, we get married, so everything are gonna be okay. Guys, at that point, the work has just begun. So, Shade Burrell, you're here and you're a married individual. So, I want you to share with me since you have gotten married, has everything been running smoothly? Because most persons say when you get married, things run smoothly. So, I can say it doesn't. The work has just begun. It doesn't run smoothly, guys. But you have to work on it. So, yeah, marriage isn't easy. Is it easy, guys, for all those who are married here or engaged? Because engagement is also you taking that step to get being married. So you all can share with me. All right. Next thing, does marriage change people? Does it change people, guys? Does marriage change people? For me, in a sense, it does. It does. So, marriage does. Okay, let me read this comment first. Well, so far as both of us understand each however, things will happen, but it is how you go about it. Yes, that is so true. We communicate a lot, and we also believe that no matter what, we should not go to bed upset. That is my thing too, Shadi. We can have an agreement, but don't go to bed upset because we just don't know. Ramshai said it does, but it shouldn't. Why you say it shouldn't, Ramshai? I think it should. And I'm going to tell you in what sense it changed me. Alright, so Java says, okay, when you make a commitment, you must stick to your commitment and be loyal to your partner and trust and believe in each other. And that is so true. Yup. When you make that commitment, you must stick to it. You should. Alright, so marriage does more than change people's living situation and daily routines. So becoming a spouse appears to change one's personality as well, especially in early years of marriage. And for me, guys, as Shade just said, um, for instance, you're having an argument and you maybe just lock off the person Okay, so Shadi say it don't change people. Sorry. But oftentimes after getting married, you will see another part of the person as you will be around them more. Most times you are living with them as well, so date nights. Yeah. So for me, guys, it has changed me. Won't show each person entire personality. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. For me, I think it has changed my perspective on how I view life. Alright, because maybe in the whole boyfriend and girlfriend state, we maybe have an agreement and we may have a disagreement and yeah, the other party might get upset or me might get upset and we got bed vexed and talk to each other, we not text each other and whatever. Um, at that point, never usually care whether or not we communicate or whatever. But since getting married, I realized that no matter what the disagreement is about, we must try to come to a conclusion and try to work things out and not going to bed upset or those type of stuff. So that is one way marriage has changed me. So it changed my whole perspective of how we deal with our disagreements. All right, going back to the comment section, Shima says some people tend to change after getting married, oftentimes for worse. People may be living together for a year, but as they get married, they separate. In that case, it changed them for worse. Yeah, it changed them for worse. Thank you, Shade. Yeah, that is so true. Because some persons, it changes them for good, and then some downhill. So, for example, men tend to become more conscientious and introverted than they were before single. hmm So, so they say some men change in that sense, while some women they become more emotional stable and they tend but in the end both tend to become less agreeable. Well, that is kind of true. That is kind of true. That is kind of true. The statement is kind of true. Yeah. So for females, it says we become emotionally stable. Shade, is that true? Have you become more emotionally stable? Okay, so you're saying when someone gets married, they should not try to change the person they got married to. You got to marry to them knowing who they were, so allow them to be themselves and change on their own terms. Yeah, that is so true. And that is where most persons goes wrong trying to change a person. That is so true. So you don't try to change a person, but you allow that person to kind of tweak in like certain parts where they fall short, they must can realize say, okay, I need to tighten up on that. When someone gets married, they should not. Oh yeah, I saw it already. Well, I don't know. I'm a very delicate person when it comes to emotions. However, I'm trying to be more emotionally mature, which is a hard thing. Ah, okay. Me very emotional too. I think I'm very emotional as well. Yeah. All right. So we have spoken about certain a few things, and I hope you guys are enjoying my little live. If you all are enjoying, can you all type enjoying in the comment section, please? Hmm. All right, so since we tweaking, yes, Shadi, yeah. Since we discussed marriage, what it is, how God views it, um, some of the things that are most important in a marriage, and what makes a strong marriage. Now we're going to go in the topic. So, okay, Jabba, let me read the comments, guys, who come. Okay, Butler team is a lot of men don't accept women for who they are, but they don't know the gift that God has given to them. That's why they do what they do. Yup. Good night, everyone. Planter Garden TV, thank you for coming. Okay, Betty, and I see you're enjoying. All right, so we're going to rush right into the topic now, guys. So, why after so many years persons get divorced? Why after so many years? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Okay, Nikisha, come guys, let us communicate with each other. Why you think after so many years persons say, okay, I think I have had enough. It's time to get divorced. Or guys, before that, do you think that persons can try to separate for some time before just making that final decision of getting divorced? Do you think they should try to separate for a while first and see if things changes? All right, as it relates to the whole separation, I think persons should try that method first. I think they should try the separation method first before just making the final decision of getting divorced. Reason why, for instance, if you can go to counseling sessions, you discuss what issue you're having, and then you guys try to work things out. If the person or each party might say, okay, since I've done this or whatever, I'ma try to work on that. And yeah, we can do that. And then afterwards, then if we see that the person say he or she is going to change, then and you don't see any improvement, then it's up to you. Alright, so Shimak says oftentimes persons they married not the same or they see sides of the person they didn't prior in other cases, infidelity, frustration and stag, stagnation. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. That is why I'm saying it doesn't matter how long you live with a person. Don't say, okay, me live with a person here a long time. I've seen all the sides, so we don't need to get counseling. I think even though you should still get counseling. All right, so Shade Bar says, I think they outgrow the person or maybe just get rid of the routine they have been living in. They also could be having internal problems for years and has been trying to work on it and it just can't. Yeah, that is so true. They view the view they view both have on life can be different as well. Yes, yes. I really like how you keep repeating what Jehovah says. He is the creator of marriage. So, with Him as our third card, we will overcome all the worldly situations. Yes, we will. All right, Jabba Blue said, okay. Overton, son of a king, thank you so much for coming. You can share your viewpoint on the topic. We're speaking about marriage and why, after so many years of marriage, we say 20 or more, but even 10 or 5, after so many years, where persons decide to get divorced. All right, so as Sade has said, the person changes. So, for instance, person say, okay, we're not seeing eye to eye. I don't think we we have the same goals then. I don't think we have the same goals or in our workout, because most persons just love to like in our workout. And sometimes they might say, so why you think the marriage not working out? And they might say, me no know, it's just not work out. But there must be a reason. So as Shade say, it's just they have a different view on life. Okay, Shani say a new journey. Yeah. And in this world that we are living in, persons tend to think that they outgrow their partners. As persons might say they see greener pastures. So yeah, those are some reasons. Some other reasons, and most times this is the main reason, person having relationships outside of marriage. So the other party might find out, and then sometimes most persons might admit to it, but then you have some that denies it. So persons having relationship outside of their marriage might push the other person to want to get out of that life. Because I mean, it is not nice, especially if you are being faithful to the other, if you are being faithful to the person and he or she is not being faithful to you. It's not really nice. All right, so Overton says if we are not happy in the relationship, then it is time to go our separate ways. People do grow out of love. Yeah, that is so true. People, but I mean, do you think it must be a reason why they grow out of love, though? It must be a reason why. And next reason also why a person might just say, okay, I'm going to get a divorce. The marriage might become abusive. So, during the whole maybe not simple or normal relationship, the person was really nice to you and stuff. But after you get married and them claim to say them own Jamaican speaking guys, I hope you all understand. They claim to say that they own you guys, own so they can do anything with you. So most times they tend to become very abusive, and in most cases, guys, when it becomes abusive, persons are not going to want to stay in the marriage. So abusive marriage is the next thing that might make persons want to get a divorce after so many years. Next one, the whole not seeing eye to eye. The least little thing is an argument. Nobody wants to compromise. Any other reason, guys? All right. So also, guys, persons might be having issues in their marriage, but because they have kids, financial security, yeah, that's one too, Ramshai. Financial security. For example, a scenario, you're in your marriage. For instance, um, I was working in a good paid job. Um, we know every day in a Christmas, and for some reason, I lost my job or I got laid off for a few months. Then the income won't be coming in as flushy as it used to. And some persons, they because they are used to the whole what you just know the whole niceness and things always being in the house, money coming in and stuff, them not really know the hardship. But when the hardship come, them just want to run out of it. They don't want to stick by the person and try to build with that person. So yeah, financial security. That's another one. And most times, yeah, persons become get divorced because of that. So I was saying most times, so guys, if you're in your marriage and you're having problems and you keep saying, okay, because we have kids, we'll try to work it out. And as Overton said as he came in, you have to choose your happiness. So you can't always be saying, okay, but since a child or children is involved in the relationship, I'm going to do it for them. Because I think if you're going to try, CC custom hi. Alright. So I think if you are going to say you're doing it for them, it's not always healthy. Neither is it healthy for you, and it's worse or unhealthy for the children or child. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be in the household and they're always going to be hearing mommy and daddy arguing every minute, teeth and tongue and meat and stuff, right? So that will not be a healthy environment for the kids. So as Overton said, TC saying blessings everyone. He also has a YouTube channel. So if you guys don't have him, you can go over to his channel and show him some love. Yes, so you have to choose happiness first, guys. You have to put yourself first because at the end of the day, you doing it for the kids, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. So it's like the environment is just toxic. It's just toxic, guys. So You have to just put yourself first and try to work out things the best way possible. Not saying that if you're having disagreement or stuff, you're not gonna try. And thank you in the kitchen for coming. Thank you. Not saying you're not going to try and work out things. As I said before, you before just saying making divorce first resort, or you're gonna resort to divorce as soon as you start having issues. Um, no, I think you can try and separate for a while and see if see if things might change first. And then you say, okay, then work out on whatever the person you know seem to change and you understand, or him not say him not want when me want. So that's another one, guys. Anything else? Anything else, guys? Next thing, persons always tend to be on the meals back, saying sometimes or most times they are at fault. But guys, I'm not going to be biased. The Bible tells us that husbands should respect and where it go? Hold on there. Don't want to tell me lie, guys. Let me see. Let me see. I think it's Ephesians. Anyone here can help me out? Betty Ann Campbell, Shani Tomlin, TC Custom, Shade Borrell, Shimak. Simple things, are you still here? I'm coming, guys. I want to see which scripture tells us that husbands should love and respect their wives, and also wives respect. So it never one way, guys. Hold on. All right, so Ephesians 5, verse 25, it tells us that husbands love your wives, and Titus 2, verse 4 tells us young women should love their husbands. So it's not a one-way stream, okay? And also, wives should be submissive to their husbands. Not saying you're gonna make if the husband is making bad decision, guys, you're going to rally around him making those bad decisions. You must can sit him down and say, okay, I don't think the way you're going about things is right, and da da da. If you get what I'm saying. So yeah. Anything else that we can talk about, guys, based on the topic? Okay, so Betty Ann say yes, submissive is very important. Anything else, guys? So we can say some major. What do you think about couples who separated but are still married? Alright. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. Shaima, I was saying that the whole separation thing, right? I think it's giving each other time to reflect and trying to work out things. So it's just like you're giving each other space, even though giving each other space in that period of time. Bear in mind, guys, things can work out for the good and things can work out for the bad. So for me, Shamak, I think separation it can work. Guys, in the comments, what do you think? Can it? Shamak says, what do you think about couples who separate but are still married? So for me, it can work out for the good and it can work out for the bad, depending on each individual. That's my take on it. It's all okay. So Shade said it all depends. Yes, so TC Custom says depends on the individual. Yeah, as I was saying, it depends on the individual. Yeah, it can go either way. So it depends because one party, vice versa, might just take the time of separation to let loose for the worst. And guys, it is so sad. The divorce rate is so high. It is so high. It is so high, guys. All right, so a next reason to why persons are in most times, again, I'm going back to the males, even though you have females that are alcoholic. Hi, adventures. Thank you for coming. Um, the person being an alcoholic, guys. So the person always are coming drunk, and sometimes when persons are under the influence, they behave really bad. They behave really bad, and the next party, I guess, all right. For instance, the person wasn't showing that side of them before marriage, but after getting married, the person just become a just always drunk. Yeah, then just always drunk. And most times when they come in, they start to pick quarrel and damage stuff in the house. So that's the next reason too why persons might just say, okay, I know say that married something you're not work, that man you're not change, that woman you're not change. Him say him will stop drink and drunk and come in and behave bad. And guys, that is not something that you can adjust to. The whole drunk, coming drunk and something. When I feel like that nice, it's not cute. Yes, and I can talk to me, when I can suggest other stuff based on the topic that we can talk about. Next thing, guys, is just coming in my head. Not allowing family members to come between you and your spouse or dictate what happens within your marriage. That is very poisonous, guys. Or, well, it coming like poison when you make other persons. Not saying you can't get advice, but you have to ensure that the advice is for our good. Because sometimes persons are giving us advice, but it tends to make things worse. So why everybody's so silent? Anything else, guys? Okay, so they say I'm listening. Um, I'm kind of blank now, so that's why I want you guys to interact with me and come up with other related stuff to the topic. And next thing, two guys or persons might also get divorced after so many unequal yoke. Yeah, yeah. How could I forget that Shamak unequally yoked? And the Bible tells us about being unequally yoked. You know your stuff in a Shamak, you know your stuff. Yeah, guys, so that's very important, guys. That's very important. So that might cause a problem within the marriage. Persons being unequally yoked. Yeah, and the Bible tells us about that. The next thing to like not assisting with chores. For instance, males tend to think that household duties are only for the wives. So they expect the wives to wash, cook, clean, and sometimes you wash, cook, clean, and while cleaning, they see the house clean and everything, and they're coming from outside and then just walk through the house with them dirty shoes. And then there's an argument is going to develop and sorry, and that is going to cause a problem. So yeah, so no chore is specific for a gender. If you are around and you can help out or you can do it fully, you can get it done. Tell me how that sound, guys. Tell me how it sounds. Conflict can also arise from different parenting style. Yup. Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. That is so true. So one parent might see the child doing something wrong, and the next year, and the parent can, um, for instance, say, okay, that's not how you're supposed to do this. Something, and then Sandy will say, but David, nothing wrong with that. The bikini can't just put on your back. That's so Jamaican speaking. So yeah, different parenting style can cause a problem. All right, so Shadi says, yes, that is true. Unfortunately, some Jamaicans see it different. Yeah. Hmm. And again, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming out because it was really a short notice. But you guys took time out to be here, and I really appreciate it. And I know most of y'all have work tomorrow, but still you're here. So, with all that said and done, guys, how long do you think persons should date before getting married? I want to see y'all. How long you think? Anybody. For me, what should I say? Alright, some persons say from the vibe is right. Ah! Alright, alright. Let me be honest now, okay? Alright, so since marriage is something that is ordained, alright, so Shade says, I really won't put a time limit on it, to each is his own. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Alright, so for me, since marriage is ordained by Jehovah God, and I know how he really views marriage, I think it is a very important step in a person's life, just as getting baptized. I think it's just as an important step. So I think we should choose our companions wisely even though you can never know. But I think we should choose our companions wisely. Alright, so Shymax says, I don't think there is a set time. Once you both have a level of understanding, both feel strongly about each other, and have a solid foundation to build a marriage on. Yeah, I agree. Yes, so as I was saying, it is a very vital step, guys. So it is really good when we try to date the person, try to ensure that we are on the same level, as Ramshai says, on the same level of understanding. We have the same goals. Because truth and in fact, guys, when a person can really bond and stuff, but we have different goals. So we have to ensure those stuff before we make that step of getting married. And that is my take on it. Anyone else? How long do you think persons should be with each other before taking that step of getting married, guys? Sade said it she won't put a time limit on it. Ramshai says once both persons are on the same level of understanding, once they feel strongly about each other and they want to make that step, it's fine. What do anyone else? And we all need to understand marriage don't really change people for the best. Because at times persons might be going through really a rough path, and instead of trying to work out those stuff first, and just jump into marriage and think, or they say, okay, let's get married, maybe things might change. But truth and in fact, guys, it don't normally do, or does, it don't normally change. So we have to ensure we understand the assignment, right? We have to understand the assignment. Anyone else? Is there anything else that we can discuss? Oh, I think we can discuss this, guys. All right. So, persons are married now, so they're no longer committing fornication, right? If a person, or for instance, wants to have sexual intercourse, is it okay for instance, the male or the female to have a stand whether or not they want to? For me, guys, I think you can still say no, I think you can you have the right to say no whether or not you want to have sexual intercourse. Shade, what you think? Is it okay for you to say no? Because I was watching something the other day and a female was committing she was commenting and she was saying from she got married is like whenever she says no when her partner wants to have sexual intercourse it is a problem. Like he's saying, so what we get married for? So okay, so I don't have it. Oh yes, same for me. It's a choice. Yeah, I think it is as well. And that is the reason why persons persons tend to get married for wrong reasons in most cases. Alright, so shall I say it is okay to say no for me. Sex is a choice and I have a choice to say yes or no. I think so too. It's a choice. So the female was saying her husband was like, so what we married for? I was like, then I think you all got married for the wrong reason. Anyone else? TC Customs. Question. Me no. Question is, can he tell her no? Of course, that is what we're saying. Is it vice versa? Of course, you can say no, because it's not a one way stream. So you can say no. You're free to say no. Next thing, guys. Because most times this happens. For instance, vice versa, you get married to someone and you find out that the person cannot conceive. How do you go about it? So vice versa for the male and the female. How do you go about it? Because not in a case, for instance, I mean, it can be that it wasn't said before marriage, but for instance, you're just finding out. How do you go about that? Shamak, how do you go about it? Shade Borel, how do you go about it? You guys seem very active over here. Jabba, are you still here? How do you go about it? Adoption. Okay, so Shade says adoption. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the most ideal way. But you have persons that goes out of the marriage and they use that as a stepping stone, or they use that as an excuse to cheat or have a relationship outside of the marriage. Surrogate if you have the money. Yep. Yeah. But but most persons don't have the money enough to go surrogate. And you have some persons that don't believe in that because, and even the same adoption, they tend to say it's not as, it doesn't feel the same as having your own. So yeah. Anything else, guys? How long since I've been on here? Whoa. Yeah, it's we have been here quite a while. Anything else, or we can just call it a night until next time. You all can comment in the chat and tell me anything else we can talk about. If you want us to stray a little bit from the topic, that's fine. Oh, guys, as you can see, when you're coming in, you all, I'm gonna say, make sure to let me know again. Yesterday I will. And as I said before, I really appreciate it because I reached out to you late today and see you made it possible. So as I was saying, guys, as you were coming in, I think you guys were seeing ads while coming in. So I want to have a little, or we want to have it, my sister and I. We want to have a little monetization party. So I'm going to try and make a date when we are both available. So both of us can be here. And we just have fun and talk and stuff and just have some giveaways, giving back. So yeah, I will make that date and inform you all. So since we don't have anything else to really speak about, I'm just going to end the live. I hope you all enjoyed my topic. Um, you can always tell us some videos that you would like to see from us. We'll try our best to come forward and do them. And again, thank you all for showing up. Thank you all. I really do appreciate it. It was really a good night. And as I said before, I will try to do the whole monetization party. We'll be having a little giveaway and stuff. And just have a great night. All right, Shade, thank you so much for coming. So, yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave you all. I hope you all have a great night. Be safe. Remember, God is love. Put Him first because He is the head of each and every one of us. Be loving to each other. Don't limit yourself to tell others how you feel about them because we don't know the day, the time, the hour. So we just have to make each day count. So until next time, guys, I really do appreciate you guys coming. So take care until then. Love you all. Mwah.